Scott Neville is a Christian, and when Senate Bill 10 was about to become effective in Texas, he offered to donate a 10 Commandments poster to an elementary school in Round Rock ISD. SB 10 requires public schools to display the 10 Commandments in each classroom. Neville received pushback from the district.
It started with the conversation with the principal. The next day I got an email from their general counsel saying, hey, feel free to send it to us, we'll hold it. And we're pending litigation to see what happens with the Alamo Heights decision and the Fifth Circuit.
Neville didn't think holding the poster followed the law. He eventually had a closed session meeting with members of the district.
We talked, they gave me a packet of the reason why they were not going to move forward with it, and I gave them my 10-minute speech of why I believed they should.
Neville had also been in contact with the Texas Attorney General's office.
After that meeting, I sent more information to the AG, which allowed them to have enough information, I guess, to move forward.
The AG now suing the district, stating Round Rock ISD has specifically chosen to openly defy state law. Neville says his fight is about ensuring the district is following the law.
So this isn't necessarily all about the 10 Commandments. If this was any other religion and they wanted to put a poster up, you would support that as long as it followed the law.
Right. And I think that it comes down to if we were in a state that was a different religion, that was the whole state decided to get behind and vote into law that, hey, we want X on the wall, so be it. I don't think that there's anything necessarily wrong with Texas being a very enshrined in Judeo-Christian beliefs that they believed enough to put this into law.
Round Rock ISD sent Fox 7 a similar response as the one Neville received about waiting for further judicial guidance, saying, quote, at this time, state law conflicts with long-standing federal law regarding the separation of church and state, where a public school district is considered state. They say they're now consulting with outside legal counsel.
So I would love to be the first one that can slap my poster up on the wall. Not as a I gotcha, not as a I told you so, but as a thank you for making the right decision for following the law.